Hey y'all, this is Ron from Rhonda's Country Kitchen, and tonight I'm going to be making one of those southern desserts that you don't really go anywhere to any kind of get together without one of these being there, and that is a good old red velvet cake. Now I've got my little supplies spread all out here, and it has been so hot today, so I'm like melting, looking like nobody loves me, so y'all just bear with me tonight. But I'm actually taking this cake to work tomorrow, so which Russ will still give him a little piece because we don't have that many people at work, so but that's the plan. So I'm going to start. I have my 3 8-inch pans. I like to do 3 smaller layers versus the two wider layers. And I have I've already greased 2 of the other ones, but I just put my hand into a little Ziploc bag here so I don't get it messed up. And I've got my little parchment paper inside, and I'm just going to go around with that Crisco, and I do use the Crisco lard for this. Just kind of go around it a little bit, put that parchment paper in there, hit that again on top with a little Crisco, because we don't want that cake all stuck and yucky. We don't want to have to worry about that. We want to just pop out like it's supposed to, like a good surprise. So, got this all greased up, ready to go. I have my oven set at 350, so she's raring to go. All right, so we got this part out of the way. I'm going to give it just a little toss of flour on top of that grease there. Just a little bit. And I do have the cake flour there that I'm going to be using. You can use self-rising flour. You can use all-purpose flour, and just mix your salt and baking soda to it, or this cake flour, which I'm going to do tonight. We're just going to use it. And I'll still be adding my goodies in it, my little self-rising, my salt and my baking soda. So, now I don't have this little recipe memorized as many times as I've made it. And I'll have to say, I don't know, some of y'all don't know this about me, but I used to be a cake decorator when my kids were little. And a red velvet cake was one that was requested all the time. So I have done a ton of these in my lifetime, but I haven't done it in a minute. So I'm going to be going by my little recipe here that I have. So I've greased and prepared my pans, and now I'm going to take 2½ cups of this cake flour, and I've got the Pillsbury flour. So we're going to sift 2½ cups of flour. So go ahead and get my little cup here. Now this cake flour is a little more finer than regular flour. Tends to do good with some cakes. I'm just going to measure this out first. Now, let me get me another bowl to sift this in. All right, I got me another little bowl here, and it calls for 2½ cups of flour. We're going to sift that first, because you know the measurement sometimes is a little different after it is sifted. So we want to just make sure we got 2½ cups of the sifted flour. So that's one there. I'm going to just pour all this in there. Why not? Okay, get that sifted up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my sugar. This calls for some sugar and some cocoa powder. I've just got some Hershey's cocoa powder and my baking soda, which is a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of salt. So first of all, I'm going to measure this and just see if we got about what I think we do. 1. Get it as close as we can. 2. Actually had a little more than what we needed. So, all right, now I'm gonna go ahead and just move this out the way, I guess. Let's just put it over here. I've done run out of spaces, y'all. All right. All right, we're gonna put 1.5 cups of sugar, and this is just white granulated sugar, so I've already got that measured out. You know, actually, I need this big bowl. Lord. I done messed up. Let me get another bowl. I'm gonna have everything in the house messy. I'm gonna have to wash all these dishes. Lord. All right, so we're back to my big old original bowl. So now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of soda into this little concoction. 1 teaspoon of just regular salt. When we get that out of the way, we're done with that. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, but baking soda. Just regular old baking soda. And I would make sure it's fresh. Sometimes it is not. And you don't want to run into those problems. I'm just going to give it a little whisk right here. Then I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of just granulated sugar. And it calls for 2 tablespoons of this Hershey's cocoa powder. Now I like the little chocolatey and in a red velvet cake. That's what makes it so good to me. Lord, I'm spilling it all over me. I need to get my apron on. All right, so 2 tablespoons of that. We're just gonna give this a little quick whisk together. All right. Get it all acquainted. All right. Now, we're gonna be adding our wet ingredients and then we'll add all this dry ingredients to it to mix it all up. So now I'm going to add 1.5 cups to 1 cup of buttermilk. Now I've got this buttermilk and my eggs. I try to do everything at room temperature. It just works better. So I've got 1 cup of buttermilk here, and I'm gonna be adding 1.5 cups of just vegetable oil. And it doesn't have to be a name brand. It's whatever you have on hand. So 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. And I'm gonna whisk that together now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour my wet ingredients into my mixer. Let's put this lid on this oil. I just wiggled it, everything. I'm gonna move these out of the way until we're ready for those and get some of this stuff going. All right, so I'm gonna mix this in here. Just gonna get it all in here. Sometimes I just work better with a little hand mixer. I know everybody loves them KitchenAids, but I really do work well with just a little hand mixer. It ain't got to be fancy. All right, so we're gonna give this a little whisk. Get that all mixed up. Just try to scoot it a little closer. While that's mixing, I'm just gonna drop 1 egg at a time in. Got me some good old chicken eggs. All right. Now go ahead and get me a scraper. Because I forgot to do that. All right. All right, so we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients in here. Just a little at a time. Yes, Lord. All right, we'll give that a little go there. Pump up it a little. Pump that speed up just a little bit. All right, I don't know why, but this recipe does call for a teaspoon of vinegar, and it's important supposedly, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump my little vinegar in here. I probably should have just mixed it with the buttermilk and oil, but we're getting it in now. No worries. All right, and we'll put the rest of this dry ingredients in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and add me some vanilla after this gets mixed up a little bit. And then it's gonna be time for the red, which makes the cake a red velvet cake. And that is just some red food coloring. And you use about an ounce, but really you just add as much as your heart wants to what color you want. If you wanted a rich, dark red color, you just add a little more. Everybody's always just turns out a little different. But I've not met many red velvet cakes that I didn't like. Maybe if it was dry. But let's hope this one's gonna be good. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this red food coloring in there. We'll see where we're at. Give it a little spin. See if I want to go any redder. And I do. Right now it's just looking a little chocolatey. You just stop and scrape it down. Add some little vanilla flavoring. Lift it up and give it a little scrape down. All right, it's looking good. Scrape it on down. All right, we'll give it a little scrape down, and it should be good to go. Now, that wasn't hard putting that together, was it? Now, the good part is I'm just going to measure these out in all three of my pans, and then we're going to put them in the oven, slap them in the oven for about 30, 35 minutes. And you want it to, you'll know in the middle when it's done, it'll kind of spring forward. Or you can do the old toothpick test to see if the toothpick comes out clean. There's that option. Fun part is trying to divide this equally 3 ways. All right. I think I'm gonna put a little more in this one. It's looking like it could use just a little bit more. All right, scoot old Daisy out the way. That's the name of my KitchenAid. All right, all this goodness in here. And I did, it is really red. So it's going to be a rich, chocolatey red cake. All right. All right, nothing left to do now but to put in the oven. I'm gonna slip it in the oven here. Like I said, we'll give it a check at about 25 minutes, see where we're at. But it normally takes about 35 minutes in my oven, and I know everybody's oven is different, but this is what we're gonna do. So get this in the oven, and then we're gonna make some good old cream cheese icing, and we're gonna add some nuts, kind of the same way we did the sweet potato cake, but it's gonna be delicious. And that's one of my favorite icings, is Russ's as well. So he's excited about red velvet cake. So put these in the oven and I'll be back. All right, here's another tier. I'm gonna show you just see how clean it comes out. Now my family has accused me of having hands of steel when it comes to taking something out of the oven. So I guess they're right on that. Now I think I've told y'all my little trick about putting the pan back on top of the cake while it cools, and that just guarantees that you have a good moist cake. All right, while my cakes are cooling, I am going to start this icing up. All right, we're going to get started on this cream cheese icing. Now, if you are not good at making icing for cake, this is one of the easiest icings that you can do for a cake, and that is a cream cheese icing. So we're going to go in with 1 stick of butter, and I normally just I do room temperature for this. 1 little stick of butter and block of cream cheese. We'll drop this in, and I'm just going to mix that up real good together. If I can get this cream cheese out of this package, and we ain't wasting nothing. I'm gonna get it all. So, Lord, I say I am. All right. I think we're good now. Just gonna give this a little mix. Let it get mixed up together. And there ain't nothing to this icing, like I just said. It is so easy. You're just gonna mix that block of cream cheese, a stick of butter, and I normally use about a pound of powdered sugar and some vanilla flavoring. Now this is the good stuff, y'all. We come from Mexico on one of our trips, and it is delicious. It really makes a difference. All right, come on. All right. Now to get into this old girl, go ahead and scrape this down. Might have to give this another run. Yep, we'll give that another little run. Just gonna open up my little pack here. Take a little hole in it. Let it all fall down. Then go in with it. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to eyeball this, but this is a 32-ounce bag of sugar, and I'm going to use half a bag. So, use about a pound. Go ahead and add my little vanilla flavoring in there. And I don't add any liquid at first. I'm going to see where I'm at. If I do need some liquid, I'll add just a little bit of milk. You can add a little water. You can add what you want, really. Y'all done made a mess. I slung red velvet cake batter on me. Lord help me. Now powdered sugar. My dog's gonna really love me. I'm gonna smell real sweet to her. it gets to be in that little crumbly stage, and then it starts loosening up. I got my pecans here, my crushed pecans. I'm gonna put them in there. All right, it's starting to loosen up. You want it fairly stiff, not so stiff you can't spread it on the cakes, but you do want it a little stiff. You don't want it soupy and running. And do make sure that your cakes are completely cool, otherwise you're going to have a red velvet soup. All right, we're going to pull that up there, see where we're at, scrape those sides down. Oh, she looking good, y'all. She looking good. All right. Give it just one or two little more turns. Then I'm gonna add my pecans in there. And yes, I say pecans. You say what you want to say, but we grew up saying pecans. All right, go ahead and put me some pecans in there. Now I've crushed about a cup of pecans, so those are going to be real good in there. Get them all out of there. All right, now we'll give it another little mix. We're getting close now. Lift it up a little bit at the time just to clean that whisk off. All right. Get this off of here, give it a little scrape down, another little mix together, another how do you do. Y'all look at that. It looks delicious. And it is all ready to go. It is just that simple. A block of cream cheese, a stick of butter, a pound of 10x powdered sugar, a little vanilla and some pecans, and you got yourself a good icing and really quick. So now all to do is to wait on those cakes to cool so that we can ice them up. So I'll be right back when that happens. All right, y'all, my little cake is cooled, my icing is made, and all that's left is to ice it, and we'll be done with that. So I'm just gonna ice this real quick. Like I said, I did 3 layers. You don't have to do the 3 layers. You can do the 2 layers just fine, but that's what I'm doing. Just gonna give it a little, put a little bit in the middle there. Y'all, for the most part, I think everybody knows how to ice the cake. So if not, you just put it on there, spread it around the best you can. It doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, I no longer make my cakes all pretty. Now I can if I won't take the time to do it. But this kind of cake, you do not have to decorate it pretty or anything to enjoy it. Now, if I was taking it to a function somewhere that's important, not just work, not that y'all ain't important at work, but we just go cut into it and eat it at work, so it ain't got to be fancy. But you can save, you can crumble some extra. You can make an extra layer, crumble some around the side. You can do all kind of stuff with it. But we ain't doing nothing fancy tonight, and it is 9 o'clock, y'all. It's late. So I'm just gonna whip this up. We can put it in the refrigerator and let it sit in there and just get nice and cold before I take it to work tomorrow. Of course, Russ is going to have a little slice of it. They know at work how it is. All right. Boom. Just getting this iced over. Just a little quick one. I'm old, y'all. I'm ready for bed at 9 o'clock. Especially work days. All right. We're going to throw this third layer on. We're almost done. All right. Woo. There we go. Get it scraped down, get all that goodness up out of there. Woo. I do love me some cake though, y'all. I'll have to say, cake and some good cookies, that is my weakness with desserts. If y'all have any desserts that you would like to see me make, please feel free to message me. I don't know how you know me, different ways. If you have my number, call me, text me, whatever. We'll talk about it. But I love getting ideas and hearing, Lord, I can't make that. And then I'm getting feedback, oh, I made that and it was so good. That just makes my heart smile, I'm gonna tell you right now. When somebody has told me, you know what, I've never been able to do this. Somebody's told me not too long ago, I have never been able to make gravy, and oh, this is my go-to now. So, I really appreciate it, I really do. All right, we got this booger covered. That's what we're gonna go with. It is covered. It's gonna be good. And Russ is gonna get a piece when it's still somewhat warm. It's not, I mean, it's cooled pretty good. But it's not melting the icing or anything like that. All right, get this last little bit on here, because we ain't wasting it. All right, y'all, that is a wrap. Here's our little red velvet cake. I'm gonna get Russ in here, give it a little taste, and get his opinion on what this cake is tasting like. I'll be right back. All right, Russ, it's your favorite time for a little taste test on some red velvet cake. Got him a little cup of milk, ready to go.
Man, oh my goodness.
One of your favorites.
Look at that. What? Hey y'all, forgot about that. I kind of got sidetracked.
He got sidetracked.
Yeah, I got sidetracked. I ain't even gonna go through all that spiel. I'm just gonna try some of this because I can't hardly wait.
It's good. You're getting it right close out the oven.
Oh my goodness.
Just a little warm.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was late, y'all. I did not have time for it to be cold.
It may be late, but that is delicious.
Get an old piece of cake and some milk.
Oh man, that's like melt in your mouth delicious.
Well, that's what we're going for.
And it goes great with milk.
It goes great with
Glad
milk.
I got a glass of milk.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching and subscribing. We're up to almost 500 subscribers, which is something I didn't think would be remotely possible.
I did.
So
I knew it.
So I appreciate everybody that is subscribing and
she's
watching.
trying hard, y'all. Appreciate your support. Thank you.
Yes, yes, and we'll be back with something else
Yeah.
hopefully soon.
She will. Yep.
I had a little break when we went on vacation. Everybody's wondering where we were, but
Everybody needs a little break.
we was just on vacation. We didn't go nowhere.
Yep.
So y'all keep watching. Thank you so much.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.